Juggalos and Juggalettes, this is Big Ian coming at you with the latest in Faygoluvers interviews. Today I'm sitting down with Humboldt County's own Potluck and the Zombie King, Blaze You Dead Homie. Say hello, everybody.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
up, what up, what up? What up, though?
All right, now, so one of the things we want to cover today first, y'all, is obviously Potluck's Rhymes and Resin is getting ready to drop. So, firstly, so we can also put Blaze's presence in this interview in context, can you kind of tell us how Blaze is attached to this release?
Yeah, we got our new Rhymes and Resin CD coming out, and if you go to FYE or if you pre-order it from subnoisestore.com, you get a whole extra bonus disc. We have 5 extra tracks on there. We got a Death Alumni track. We got a bunch of other tracks, and we also got a track with our homeboy, Blaze Your Dead Homie, on there too, called Smoke Blunts and Drinking 40s. And yeah, that's why we all here doing this interview today. So maybe we could talk about that.
Okay, awesome. So, so there's going to be 5 other songs on the bonus disc that Blaze's song is featured on, correct?
Yep.
Are there any other features, any other artists that are going to be featured on either the bonus disc collection or Rhymes and Resin itself?
Yeah, how we did it this time on Rhymes and Resin is, I mean, all the people out there who familiar with Potluck's music, you know, they know we've done songs with Tech Nine, with Cottonmouth Kings, with E40, Loonies. We've done songs with a bunch of cats. This time we want to do tracks with like all new people that people weren't accustomed to hearing us. So we got a track with La Coca Nostra, Ill Bill and Slain. We got a track with Merce, a track with Mr. Fab, a track with King Gordy, a track with Glasses of Cologne. So we got a whole bunch of different people that people aren't accustomed to hearing us do songs with to kind of switch it up for this record. So.
Gotcha. Okay, do you think that there will be any significant changes in your music that fans will notice from previous Potluck albums?
I think it's just, I mean, it's pretty much the same process as what we worked with before, but it's just on the next level, you know. And like One Ton said, the different people that we added to our songs just add different vibes to the different songs. So it's a Potluck album again, but it's just on that next level.
I gotcha. Okay, how many tracks is Rhymes and Resin going to be, not including the bonus disc?
20.
Okay, so when you pick up Rhymes and Resin, including the bonus disc, you're going to be looking at, a 25 track, super record here.
Yep. That's how we always do it. I mean, we made over 50 songs for this record, so we always try to give the people, the most amount of songs possible because we love making music and we love doing songs. So, we got a bunch of music on there. If you like Potluck, you gonna really like this record. It's way better than any record we've ever done because we're better at rapping now. We've been doing it longer, and Underrated's better at making beats. Hefe's better at mixing. Everybody who's on there rhyming been doing it longer, so we just getting better. It's all that next level shit.
Okay, so are there any songs on this record that are standing out as personal favorites of yours?
Well, whenever you say that, if you heard the last album, I had a song on there. It was 2-minute drill. And this time I did a 3-minute miracle, which is pretty much the same thing, but just a little bit longer, a little bit better. So I'm kind of excited for people to hear that one.
Okay, One Ton, what about you?
I would say, I don't know. It's like choosing between my kids, man. I got so many good songs in there, so many songs that I like that it's hard, man. It's hard, man. One hasn't jumped out as my favorite yet. I guess maybe once it comes out and I start hearing the fans' reaction and we start performing more, maybe one will jump out as a favorite. But now, man, I just like so many of them on there.
I see. So are you guys going to use the 3-minute miracle as kind of like a strong closeout on the record, like you did with the 2-minute drill previously?
We actually put it in the middle this time, just kind of like similar to kind of like an insert, because it's not really a song. It's more like a, check this out type of thing, and then you get right back into the songs. So this one we just put in the middle.
Gotcha. Okay. Will you guys be doing any touring to support this album when it drops?
Yeah, we gonna be out there doing tours. We just found out yesterday, confirmed we're gonna be at the Gathering this year.
Awesome.
So thanks to the Juggalos out there, we weren't on the original lineup, and they started writing on Twitter and Facebook, and we were getting hundreds of messages about getting us on there. And Psychopathic, they love their fans. It's a big family, so they listen to the family, and they put Potluck at the Gathering. We're gonna be doing obviously we doing a CD release party in Humboldt. We doing for the whole week that our record comes out, we're doing in-stores and performances, so you can check that out on Facebook. Has all the dates. We're doing like Denver, Salt Lake, Portland. There's a bunch of dates on there you can check out. And then we also got a couple big things in the works. We're going to be doing our first headliner run, hopefully. They're working on that right now, and they're working on one right now with E40. So we'll see how those pan out.
So you're looking at two upcoming tours, one headlining and then one with E40?
Yeah, and we're looking at we're already doing the week long with the in-store ones with performances, and then we got the Gathering. We got an album release party. Oh yeah, we're doing a Hemp Fest in Seattle too.
Okay, awesome. Well, it sounds like your fans are going to have lots of opportunities to catch Potluck out on the road, so we'll make sure to keep everybody posted on those. Just stay tuned to Faygoluvers.net if you want to stay tuned to get out and see Potluck. Now, just for anybody who either didn't catch it or maybe isn't as big an internet buff as some of the other fans, can you refresh our memory as to when and where Rhymes and Resin will be dropping? We already said Subnoise pre-orders and FYE. Any other stores it'll be able to pick up and what date it'll be out.
The record comes out June 21st, which is like 11, 12 days from now or something. Tuesday, June 21st. Like we said, FYE, it's available nationwide at FYE. If you get it at FYE, you get the whole extra bonus disc. And we're going to be doing our in-store tour. We're going to be going to FYEs, and you can come out there and meet us. You can buy the disc and get the bonus disc. And if you come out to one of the in-stores, we're giving away a free Potluck T-shirt. So you'll be able to pick up a Potluck T-shirt for free that day, too. It's also obviously available on iTunes. You know what I'm saying? You can get on there and pre-order it now, get everything on iTunes. And then it's available at all the, the extra mom and pop stores, all the independents, the Zias, the Newberry Comics, all the indie mom and pop stores. And then you can get it at Best Buy, too. Best Buy's been kind of turning back the way they do CDs, and they've been having less and less CDs there now. But considering they're trying to switch themselves to a Target, you can still go to Best Buy and pick it up, too.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I think we're going to switch over to some fan and general information questions from here. Is there anything else you wanted to say about Rhymes and Resin before we switch gears?
We pretty much covered it all.
Okay, awesome. All right, so first question I want to throw out over to you, Blaze. Back in 2009 at your seminar, you announced that your next album was going to be Last House on Dead Street and that it was already recorded. And we had kind of been left with some unanswered questions. So do you know anything else about that? Do you think Last House on Dead Street will still be released? Did a lot of those tracks go to the to the second version of Gang Rags that came out on some of your tours? Like, what's the backstory on Last House on Dead Street?
Well, basically, I had started recording some tracks in '09 for Last House on Dead Street, and as through the process of recording, it started changing. The whole outlook of the album started changing, and it ended up being switched to what became Gang Rags. Actually, Gang Rags Extended Edition, because I went back in the studio again and recorded Gang Rags, the original. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of been taken down. Now, there's two songs that I actually didn't release on the extended edition because they were more kind of, put to what would maybe be, called Last House on Dead Street. But I don't think I'm going to release that album next. I'm working on something when I get back after the Gathering, and I already got some new ideas, and I'm kind of past it. But it may be something I come back to, you know what I mean? Because there was some shit that I really had going at the time, and then I kind of switched gears and went towards Gang Rags and shit.
Okay, and touching on, you said after the Gathering, it's been almost a year since Gang Rags dropped. So do you have you been given any thought about when tackling your next project solo, like any album names, or like where are you at in the creative process with that?
I don't have the album name created yet. I do have what I've been doing. The next album I believe is going to be is a themed style album, and I do got the idea of what it's going to be, but I don't know if I'm ready to kick it out there yet. But I mean, yeah, definitely I'm coming back after the gathering and going to try to sit there and do some shit, get ready, get back in the studio, because by that time it'll be a little room for me.
Okay, I got you. Coming back to Potluck, this is one of the fan questions that got sent in. I am a full-time DJ and producer, and on a regular basis visits Humboldt. The weed scene is exactly as you guys describe it, but the club, venue, and music scene seems pretty deserted, save for a few reggae bands here and there. Can you guys suggest some good names of Humboldt area artists and venues to look out for?
Yeah, the thing about Humboldt is, as we describe it in our records, Humboldt is the capital of chronic. It's the mecca of marijuana. So if you're into smoking weed, if you're into growing weed, if you're into anything about weed, this is the spot to be. This is the best spot in the world to be. But if you're into going to clubs and the nightlife and all that, you might want to consider moving to like Los Angeles or New York or a different area.
Anywhere else.
Because this isn't the spot for that. But I mean, like any town, there's always going to be spots where you can find a party. There's a whole square, the Arcata Square. That's right where Humboldt State University is. There's a bunch of bars there. They got hip hop. They got any type of bar you can imagine, any type of music you can imagine in there. And you just gotta go find the spot that suits you the best. That'd be my advice.
Okay, and is there and there's no bands that from Humboldt that stand out that you care to mention or stand out to you?
Oh, in terms of talent up here, there's a lot of talent up here because all you can do is sit back here and grow and smoke weed so that people can focus on their hobbies and they can work on their crafts of doing music. There's Ishi Duby out here is a very talented reggae artist. He's out here doing it. Obviously, Garth Cultivator from the Dank alumni. He's been on every record we ever put out. He's a certified rap spitter. He's out here. Also, Highway, Never Die. They're another rap group out here doing it. You can check out Beryl Alexander, man. He gets out there, Beryl, and he throws on his fedora hat and gets out his guitar and starts playing, man, and all the ladies love Beryl. If you're looking for a woman, you go to a Beryl Alexander show. It'll be packed with women.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a bunch of talented people in Humboldt, man. OEB, man, the infamous Franco. If you're familiar with the rap freestyle circuit, the infamous Franco, man, he's been to the finals at Scribble Jam. He's been to a lot of the. He's beaten a lot of the really world-renowned freestyle cats. He's a very, very accomplished freestyle rap artist, and he's won several battles. If you don't know about the infamous Franco, go Google him, and you'll see him destroying people freestyle now.
okay, awesome. All right, coming back to Blaze. Now, in the Gathering infomercial this year, it was announced that ROC was going to be returning with you as your hype man. Now, is ROC back with you for good? Like, is he going to be out on tour with you, being your hype man again?
No, not necessarily. I mean, he's just basically ROC's been doing his thing. He's still working, doing his thing, and he's actually working on albums again and whatnot. But a lot of what he does now kind of requires him to be back in the city, in Detroit. You know what I mean? In Michigan, in the mid. So every year the Gathering is one of them things for the most part that he's going to try to make it to no matter what. So I said, I think, part of it is I told him I was going to have him come out there and do a couple songs with me, so maybe they were like, hey, he's a hype man, so.
Okay, I got you. So this is just a special Gathering appearance, not him necessarily rejoining
for the
Psychopathic.
Most part, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not really sure about that. I don't really have the ins and outs about what what the company's doing that way. But you know what I mean. For me personally, it's like I would love to have ROC out there with me all the time. But you know what I mean. He's got other obligations that kind of that limit that type of shit. So.
Gotcha. And a quick follow-up question to that was, who is acting, currently as your hype man? Is J10 still working with you as your hype man?
No, I'm out here by myself, dolo.
Really? So you're now performing, solo, no hype man.
Yeah, solo dolo by myself,
That is
man.
impressive. I look forward to seeing that, man. I'm the Sticks and Headstones tour's hitting Virginia on the 15th, so I look forward to seeing that.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
And
it's me and
again,
me doing it dolo.
okay, awesome. And one more quick follow up to that is, this was a fan question that was submitted. Is I had not been aware of this, but like, what happened between Psychopathic and J10 because he has been saying some pretty malicious things on his Twitter. So like, can you and that I don't care to share here. Like, so can you give us any
Right.
backstory on what's been going on with him and what's his problem?
I said there's not much I can say. I mean, it's just they asked me at one point. They said that they kind of pulled me aside and were like, we think you could probably do this stuff without anybody. You know what I mean? And I told them I was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I've been working with dude for a minute, and he kind of helps me out. And they were they some people up there didn't think that it was that good. They didn't like the way that the show looked. And it wasn't just him. I think they've told me on previous occasions, you know what I mean, on different occasions, but most of the time it's always me that I didn't know if I could do it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I said part of it is it's a little bit of both. I mean, I figured, he has his own thing that he's trying to do too, and you know what I mean, it didn't really have anything to do with what I'm doing.
I
You know
gotcha.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I said, so I mean, it's like, some people had their opinions about some stuff, about what the show looked like. I mean, even when I had Lavelle out there with me, you know what I'm saying? There was people that had their opinions about that, and some people had their opinions about ROC until me and ROC were doing it for a while, And so, I said, it's just how it is, and I just thought, I mean, it might be time for a change, and, let's try it out. And I've been doing all right so far, so, just keep doing it.
Okay, awesome.
I
Switching back
mean,
to
I
Potluck.
don't
Another
hate on
fan
dude.
question
You know what I
here.
mean? He helped me out for the longest time.
I'm sorry, man. I accidentally spoke over you there for a little while. Can you repeat what you just said?
Oh, I said I ain't hating on dude. I mean, he helped me out for the longest time. So, I don't know what he's been talking about or what he's been saying. So, I mean, I can't really say one way or another what it is. You know what I mean?
I gotcha. Um, Switching back to Potluck, this is another fan question that came in. What is the deal with Cannabis Cartel, and is there going to be any more Dank Alumni albums?
We don't make music with the Dank Alumni probably to the day we die. The Dank Alumni is our original crew. We've been making music with them forever, since we were like little kids, literally. We've been making music together on 4 tracks. So we going to make music with, Pharmacist Chris, who's part of the Dank Alumni, who made the funeral beat and made the Hotbox Anthem beat. And, Garth Cultivator's been on every record, you know what I'm saying? And the rest of the Dank Alumni, man, we always going to be doing songs with them. So I don't know about a whole nother Dank Alumni record. Possibly, I wouldn't rule that out. But you'll always be able to catch them on a Potluck record or us collaborating with them some type of way. And the Cannabis Cartel, what happened with that was, you try to get Cypress Hill, Cottonmouth Kings, and Potluck and get everybody organized and together and focusing on one project when we all got our group projects, and then Cottonmouth and all of them got their solo projects, and Cypress Hill and them had their solo projects. It just became a real hard organizing nightmare. And that one, I don't know. I don't think that one will ever see the light of day. One of the that was going to be on Cannabis Cartel was Stoner Bitch, and that one came out on a Potluck record. So I don't know. I wouldn't hold your breath for that one. That's how I'll put it that way.
Gotcha. Yeah. The big super groups, especially that are between different labels, are always big logistical nightmares and always have trouble, making it to release. Okay, switching back to Blaze. Are there any talks going on at Psychopathic about you and ABK possibly doing another drive-by album together?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not so much with Psychopathic. It's just me and Killer been talking about it. A little bit here and there, and that's kind of the thing with the label. It's like we bring it to them and they're down. Like okay, bring us something. So it's just kind of right now we're waiting to see when we'll actually both be at home at the same time to actually sit down and record again. I mean, but anytime we go and hit the road together, for like the last drive-by tour we did, it was a lot of fun. So we're maybe talking about doing something, maybe just starting out small with it again and throwing an EP together.
Okay, so is this something that is this strictly an idea at this point, or are you guys actually trying to make this happen, sit down and do some recording?
It's an idea that we've talked about more than one time. So I mean, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen like overnight. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So Juggalos can be on the lookout for some, new drive-by in the future, sometime soon.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, we're definitely gonna do it. You know, I said it's not gonna fall by the wayside or nothing. You know.
Gotcha. Okay. Coming back to Potluck. Can you guys give us the backstory behind the song you guys did, "I Ain't Crazy," that you did with King Gordy and Bizarre? Why was that released on a greatest hits album versus, a normal album?
Basically, the song was we called it Greatest Hits with Our Buds. It's basically not. I mean, we haven't been in the game long enough to really do a whole Greatest Hits, but we called it Greatest Hits with Our Buds, kind of like it's a collabos record. It was kind of a play on words, but for some reason, we got a big stoner audience, and a lot of them didn't get it. But it's basically just like a whole record full of our favorite collabos that we have done to this point, like a collabos record. And because we put out a lot of collabos that we had already had on previous records, we wanted to have some exclusive content on there. So we were touring with D12 and King Gordy, and we stopped through Humboldt, so we did a track with them. It was super fun. Those dudes are all hella cool. Man, everybody from Detroit, man, they always want to rep their town, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how Swift is, Blaze, all them guys, man. So, I felt like I knew those dudes half already just from being from different dudes. Man, they was cool, and put it on there, man, and put it out, and people were loving that track.
Okay, so was that something that you guys had just recorded and then didn't have plans for, and it ended up on the Greatest Hits, or was that something you recorded specifically for the Greatest Hits album?
Oh no, that was something we recorded for that. We knew we were gonna put together that collabos record, and then we're like, hey, let's do a collabo with Gordy and D12. Really, Gordy was, he's just on the hook. That's why we brought Gordy back again for this new record, because we were like, man, we got to get Gordy on there rhyming, because Gordy's a beast on the rhymes. So yeah. That's why we got Gordy on this new Rhymes and Resin record.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the questions I got for you today. Is there anything any of the three of you would like to say to all your fans listening to this right now?
Go get Rhymes and Resin, June 21st.
Get that shit. Potluck, bitch. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to sit down and do this interview. Juggalos, Juggalettes, this has been Potluck, Underrated, 1 Ton, Blaze You Dead Homie, and Big Ian. We're out.
Yep.
All right.